Hello, my dear children. Welcome to JEE coaching class. In the previous class, we have discussed trigonometric functions. We continue that chapter. We continue the same topic this week also. Okay, my dear children. Right. See this first question. Cos 20 degrees plus cos 40 degrees plus cos 140 degrees plus cos 160 degrees is equal to dash. See the given options here. First option is -1, second option is 1, third option is 0, and the fourth option is 2. Out of these four options, third option C, that is 0, is the correct answer. Let us check, let us verify why the option C is correct. See here, cos 20 degrees plus cos 140 degrees plus 1 cos 140 degrees plus cos 160 degrees. Just I wrote the given expression in the trigonometric functions. This is an expression in trigonometric functions. Okay, my dear children, that is equal to, I wrote this first term as it is cos 20 degrees plus I wrote this second term also as it is cos 40 degrees plus just I wrote here cos 140 degrees as cos 180 degrees minus 40 degrees. What will you get? 180 degrees minus 40 degrees? 140 degrees only. For our convenient, we wrote 180 minus 40 degrees. 140 degrees is written as 180 degrees minus 40 degrees. Understood this term, my dear children? Right. Now come to the fourth term. Cos 160 degrees is there. We write cos 180 degrees minus 20 degrees. Here also we wrote 160 degrees as 180 degrees minus 20 degrees. Can we write the last term like this or not, my dear children? Yes. Okay, my dear children? Right. Now come to the next step. We wrote cos 20 degrees as it is plus cos 40 degrees also as it is. Now come to the third term. It is in the form of cos 180 degrees minus theta. Do you remember that formula? Cos 180 degrees minus theta. What is the formula? Minus cos theta. So minus cos here, theta means 40 degrees. So minus cos 40 degrees. Understood this third term, my dear children? Right. Now come to the fourth term. It is also in the form of cos 180 degrees minus theta. Here also we are using the same formula, minus cos theta. Theta means here 20 degrees. Understood this fourth term, my dear children? Right. See here, cos 20 degrees is there and last minus cos 20 degrees. These two terms gets cancelled. Isn't it or not, my dear children? Right. Similarly, second term and third term gets cancelled. Cos 40 degrees minus cos 40 degrees gets cancelled. Then finally, we don't get any term. No term will be left. So therefore, is equal to 0. Understood this question, my dear children? Right. Now come to the next question. Question number 2. Sin 24 degrees plus sin 32 degrees plus sin 204 degrees plus sin 212 degrees is equal to. We have to find the value of this expression. Okay, my dear children? Right. See these options. First option is -1, second option is 1, third option is 0, and fourth option is 2. In these four options, third option is correct, that is 0. The value of this expression is 0. Let us check the answer. Okay, my dear children? So I wrote the given expression as it is here, sin 24 degrees plus sin 32 degrees plus sin 204 degrees plus sin 212 degrees. Okay, my dear children? I wrote this first term as it is, sin 24 degrees. Second term is also I wrote as it is, sin 32 degrees plus third term. I changed the third term. Observe this term, my dear children. Sin 204 degrees is there. I wrote sin 204 degrees as sin 180 degrees plus 24 degrees. The sum of these two numbers equal to 204 degrees. So I wrote this 204 degrees as 180 degrees plus 24 degrees. Can we write it or not, my dear children? Right. So I wrote this term like that. Now come to the last term, sin 212 degrees is there. Here also we are changing this term, plus sin 180 degrees plus 32 degrees. What will you get? The sum of these two numbers, 212 degrees only. So for our convenient, we wrote 212 degrees as 180 degrees plus 32 degrees. Understood this last term, my children? Right. Now come to the next step. I wrote this first term sin 24 degrees as it is, plus I wrote this second term also as it is, sin 32 degrees. If you observe this third term, it is in the form of sin 180 degrees plus theta. In trigonometry you have learned sin 180 degrees plus theta is equal to minus sin theta, because 180 degrees plus theta lies in the third quadrant. Do you remember this point, my dear children? Right. So the value of this third term is minus sin 24 degrees. Understood this third term, my dear children? Right. Now come to the fourth term. This is also in the form of sin 180 degrees plus theta. So theta is here 32 degrees. So minus sin 32 degrees. Understood this fourth term, my dear children? Right. Here also observe here sin 24 degrees is there. Here minus 24 degrees. These two terms gets cancelled. Similarly, sin 32 degrees is there. Here minus 32 degrees is there. So these two terms also gets cancelled. All the terms will be cancelled. No term will be left here. So finally we get here 0. Understood this question, my dear children? Right. Now come to the question number 3. Question number 3. Cos 255 degrees plus sin 165 degrees is equal to. We have to find the value of this expression. Okay, my dear children? Right. See the options here. Option A, 0. Second option, root 3 minus 1 by root 3. Third option, root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. And fourth option, root 2 plus 1 by root 2. Okay, my dear children? Out of these four options, first option is correct. Let us see the explanation. Let us see the explanation. Cos 255 degrees plus sin 165 degrees. Only two terms are given. In this expression, only two terms are there. That is equal to, we wrote the given first term, cos 255 degrees is written as cos 270 degrees minus 15 degrees. Can we write it or not, my dear children? Right. 270 minus 15, what will you get? 255 degrees only. So for our convenience, we wrote the first term as cos 270 degrees minus 15 degrees. Understood this first term, my dear children? Right. Now come to this second term. We wrote the second term as sin 180 degrees minus 15 degrees. Sin 180 degrees minus 15 degrees. What will you get? 180 degrees minus 15 degrees. Again here 165 degrees only. So for our convenience, we wrote the second term as sin 180 degrees minus 15 degrees. Understood this second term, my dear children? Right. That is equal to, if you observe this first term, it is in the form of cos 270 degrees minus theta. Do you remember the formula for cos 270 degrees minus theta? Yes, minus sin theta. Because 270 degrees minus theta, this angle lies in the third quadrant. This angle 270 degrees minus theta lies in the third quadrant. So minus sin theta. And do you remember, it is in the form of sin 180 degrees minus theta. What is the formula? Sin 180 degrees minus theta is equal to sin theta. Okay, my children, here theta means 15 degrees. So sin 15 degrees. Understood the second term, my children? So here observe these two terms. Minus sin 15 degrees is the first term, plus sin 15 degrees is the second term. These two terms gets cancelled. No terms will be left in this expression. Means its value is 0. Understood, my dear children? Right. Now come to the next question. Question number 4. Question number 4. Tan 3 pi by 4 plus cos 5 pi by 3 plus sin 13 pi by 6 is equal to. Here also we have to find the value of this expression. Okay, my dear children? Right. See the options here. First option is 0. Second option is 1 by 2. Third option is 1 by 5. And the fourth option is 1. Okay, my dear children? Out of these 4 options, say first option is right. That is 0. The value of this expression is 0. Let us see the explanation. I wrote the given expression as it is. Tan 3 pi by 4 plus cos 5 pi by 3 plus sin 13 pi by 6. Okay, my children? Right. That is equal to, see this first term, tan 3 pi by 4. I wrote here tan 3 pi by 4 as tan of pi minus pi by 4. If you simplify these two numbers in the brackets by taking LCM and simplify the numerator part, automatically we get 3 pi by 4 only. That is why we wrote 3 pi by 4 as pi minus pi by 4. Understood this first term, my dear children? Right. Plus cos, second term is cos of 5 pi by 3. I wrote this second term as cos of 2 pi minus pi by 3. If you simplify these two terms by taking LCM of their denominators and simplify the numerator part, automatically we get 5 pi by 3 only. That is why 5 pi by 3 is written as 2 pi minus pi by 3. Understood this part, my dear children? Right. Now come to this third part, third term, sin 13 pi by 6. I wrote here sin 13 pi by 6 as sin of 2 pi plus pi by 6. Here also the same rule. If you take the LCM of the denominators and simplify the numerators, finally you get 13 pi by 6. So here 13 pi by 6 is written as 2 pi plus pi by 6. Understood this part, my dear children? Right. Now come to the first term, next step. It is in the form of tan of pi minus theta. Do you remember that formula, my dear children? Tan of pi minus theta minus tan theta. We are using this trigonometric formula. Here theta means pi by 4. So first term is written as minus tan pi by 4. Understood this first term, my dear children? Right. Now come to the second term. It is in the form of cos of 2 pi minus theta. Second term is in the form of cos of 2 pi minus theta. What is the formula? Cos of 2 pi minus theta? Cos theta only. Here theta means pi by 3. So we wrote the second term as cos pi by 3. Understood the second term, my dear children? Right. Now come to the third term. Now third term is in the form of sin of 2 pi plus theta. Third term is in the form of sin of 2 pi plus theta. What is the formula? Sin theta only. We are using this formula for the third term. Theta means here pi by 6. So we wrote third term as sin pi by 6 plus sin pi by 6. Understood this third term, my dear children? Right. Now sin minus tan pi by 4. That is equal to minus tan pi by 4 value is 1. Pi by 4 means 45 degrees. In terms of degrees, pi by 4 means 45 degrees. Pi by 3 means 60 degrees. Pi by 6 means 30 degrees. Do you remember these points, my dear children? Right. So minus tan pi by 4 means tan 45 degrees value is 1. So first term is minus 1. Now come to the second term. Cos pi by 3 means cos 60 degrees. What is the value of cos 60 degrees? 1 by 2. So we wrote the second term value here. Pi by plus 1 by 2. Understood the second term, my dear children? Right. Now come to the third term. Sin pi by 6. Sin pi by 6 means sin 30 degrees. What is the value of sin 30 degrees? 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. I wrote the third term value here. Understood this third term, my dear children? Right. Now minus 1. I wrote the first term as it is minus 1. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. Half plus half. What will you get? 1. Understood the second term, my children? Right. Now again we simplify these two terms. Minus 1 plus 1 gets cancelled. No terms will be left. So finally we get 0. Understood, my children? Right. Now come to the next question. Question number 5. Sine 3 pi by 5 plus sine 4 pi by 5 plus sine 6 pi by 5 plus 7 pi by 5 is equal to. We have to find the value of this expression. Okay, my children. Come to the options. First option is 0. Second option is minus 1. Third option is 1. And the fourth option is 2. Out of these 4 options, first option is correct. That is 0. The value of this expression is 0. Let us see the explanation. Sine 3 pi by 5, I wrote the given expression as it is in the first step. Okay, my children? Right. I wrote this first term as it is in the next step. Sine pi by 5, 3 pi by 5 plus sine 4 pi by 5. Second term also I wrote as it is. Now come to the third term. See this third term, sine 6 pi by 5. I wrote sine 6 pi by 5 as sine 2 pi minus 4 pi by 5. If you simplify these two numbers, you get again 6 pi by 5 only. That is why I wrote here 6 pi by 5 as 2 pi minus 4 pi by 5. Understood this third term, my children? Right. Now come to the fourth term. Sine 7 pi by 5. Sine 7 pi by 5. So plus sine, we wrote 7 pi by 5 as 2 pi minus 3 pi by 5. In these brackets, if you simplify these two terms, again you get 7 pi by 5 only. That is why we wrote here 7 pi by 5 as 2 pi minus 3 pi by 5. Understood this term, my children? Right. Now come to the first term, I wrote as it is, plus the second term is also I wrote as it is. Come to the third term. If you observe the third term, it is in the form of sine of 2 pi minus theta. What is the formula? Sine of 2 pi minus theta minus sine theta. 2 pi minus theta, this angle lies in the fourth quadrant. So minus sine theta. So minus sine theta means here 4 pi by 5. Understood this third term, my children? Right. Now come to the fourth term. It is also in the form of sine 2 pi minus theta. We use the same formula for the fourth term also. So we get here minus sine 3 pi by 5 because theta means here 3 pi by 5. Understood the fourth term, my children? Right. Now, if you observe this expression, first term is sine 3 pi by 5. Last term is minus sine 3 pi by 5. These two terms gets cancelled. Okay, my children? Similarly, see the second term and third term. Sine 4 pi by 5 minus sine 4 pi by 5. Here also these two terms gets cancelled. So finally, no term will be left here. So finally gets 0. We get the value of the given expression is 0. Understood, my dear children? Right. Now come to the next question. Question number 6. Cot pi by 20 into cot 3 pi by 20 into cot 5 pi by 20 into cot 7 pi by 20 into cot 9 pi by 20 is equal to. We have to find the value of this expression. Okay, my dear children? Right. See the options here. First option is minus 1. Second option is 1. Third option is 0. And the fourth option is 2. Okay, my dear children? Out of these 4 options, second option is correct. Means the value of this expression is 1. Let us see the explanation. Here, if you observe this expression, only one term is there. Only one term. But these are all factors. This is one factor, first factor. This is second factor. This is third factor. This is the fourth factor. And this is the fifth factor. Not terms. Finally, ultimately, there is only one term in this expression, but factors are there. Total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 factors are there. Okay, my children. Right. I wrote this first factor as it is cot pi by 20. Next, cot 3 pi by 20. Second factor also I wrote as it is. See that the third factor here 5 pi by 20. If you observe this fraction, we can simplify this fraction. 5 ones are 5 fours are. Understood this factor, my children? Right. So we can write cot pi by 4. Understood this factor, my children? Third factor. Now come to fourth factor, cot 7 pi by 20. We can write this fourth factor as cot pi by 2 minus 3 pi by 20. If you simplify these two terms by taking the LCM of the denominator, after simplifying the numerators, we get again 7 pi by 20. So for our convenience, we wrote this fourth factor as cot pi by 2 minus 3 pi by 20. Understood this fourth factor, my children? Right. Now come to fifth factor, cot 9 pi by 20. Here also we are changing this factor. So cot pi by 2 minus pi by 20. This 9 pi by 20 can be written as pi by 2 minus pi by 20. If you simplify by taking the LCM of the denominators and after that simplifying the numerators, we get again 9 pi by 20. That is why we wrote 9 pi by 20 as pi by 2 minus pi by 20. Understood this part, my children? Right. Come to the next step. I wrote this first factor cot pi by 20 as it is. Second factor cot 3 pi by 20 also as it is. If you observe here, cot pi by 4 means cot 45 degrees. What is the value of cot 45 degrees? 1. Understood, my children? Right. Now come to the fourth factor, cot pi by 2 minus theta. It is in the form of cot pi by 2 minus theta. What is the value of cot pi by 2 minus theta? Tan theta. So fourth factor is written as tan theta. Tan theta means here 3 pi by 20. Understood this fourth factor, my children? Right. Now come to the fifth factor. It is also in the form of cot pi by 2 minus theta. Same formula can be used here also. So tan theta. So tan theta means here pi by 20. Understood this fifth factor also, my children? Right. I wrote here formula. Cot pi by 4 is 1 and cot pi by 2 minus theta is equal to tan theta. Understood this step, my children? Right. That is equal to, finally we get here 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 factors. I rearranged the 4 factors. I grouped the 4 factors as 2 groups. This is one group. Cot pi by 20 into last factor I wrote here tan pi by 20. I make it as one group into cot 3 pi by 20 into tan 3 pi by 20. I wrote this one as one group. These two factors as one group in the one brackets and these two factors as second group in the second brackets. Understood this step, my children? Right. Cot theta into tan theta. It is in the form of cot theta into tan theta. Its value is 1. Similarly, in this group, cot theta into tan theta. The same formula. Here also 1. Because tan theta into cot theta or cot theta into tan theta value is 1. This is a trigonometric formula. Do you remember this formula, my children? Right. So 1 into 1. Finally, we get 1. Understood, my children? Right. Now come to the next question. Question number 7. Question number 7. Sin 120 degrees into cos 150 degrees minus cos 240 degrees into sin 330 degrees is equal to. We have to find the value of this expression. Okay, my dear children? Right. Here first option is 1, second option is -1, third option is 2 by 3, and fourth option is minus of root 3 plus 1 by 4. Okay, my dear children, out of these four options, second option is correct. That is, the value of this expression is minus 1. Okay, my dear children, right. Let us see the explanation part. Sin 120 degrees, I wrote the given expression as it is. So, see if you observe this expression, there are only two terms. This entire part is the first term and this entire part is the second term. This first term is written as a product of two factors. Here the second term is also written as a product of two factors. Okay, my dear children, observe this one. Now, in this first term, first factor is sin 120 degrees. We wrote this first factor as sin 180 degrees minus 60 degrees. 180 minus 60, and what will you get here? 120 degrees only. That is why we wrote this first factor as sin 180 degrees minus 60 degrees. Understood this part, my dear children? Right. Come to the second factor, cos 150 degrees is there. So, we can write it as cos of 180 degrees minus 30 degrees. 180 degrees minus 30 degrees. What will you get here? 150 degrees only. That is why we wrote this factor as cos 180 degrees minus 30 degrees. Understood this factor, my dear children? Right. Now come to the second term. In this second term also there are two factors. We wrote minus as it is. See this first factor, cos 240 degrees. This can be written as cos 180 degrees plus 60 degrees. 180 degrees plus 60 degrees. What will you get here? 240. So, for our convenience, we wrote 240 degrees as 180 degrees plus 60 degrees. Understood this factor, my dear children? Right. Now come to the second factor, that is sin 330 degrees. We wrote here sin 330 degrees as sin 360 degrees minus 30 degrees. If you simplify these two terms, again we get here 330 degrees only. Understood this second factor also, my dear children? Right. Now come to the next step. That is equal to, it is in the form of sin 180 degrees minus theta. What is the formula? Sin 180 degrees minus theta, sin theta. So, we wrote here sin theta means here 60 degrees into second factor is in the form of cos 180 degrees minus theta. What is the value of cos 180 degrees minus theta? Minus cos theta. So, in this brackets I wrote minus cos theta means 30 degrees. Understood this second factor, my dear children? Right. Now come to the second term. It is in the form of cos 180 degrees plus theta. This factor is in the form of cos 180 degrees plus theta. What is the formula? Do you remember this formula? Cos 180 degrees plus theta means minus cos theta. So, minus cos theta means here 60 degrees. Into here, last factor, sin 360 degrees minus theta. It is in the form of sin 360 degrees minus theta. What is the formula? Minus sin theta. So, minus sin theta means here 30 degrees. Understood this step, my dear children? Right. I wrote here trigonometric formulas also. That is equal to sin 60 degrees. What is the value of sin 60 degrees? Root 3 by 2. Here finally we get here for the first term sin is minus. So I wrote sin of the first term at the beginning of the term. Minus sin 30 degrees value is root 3 by 2 into cos 30 degrees value is root 3 by 2. Understood this first term, my dear children? Right. Now come to the second term, minus into minus, plus into minus, minus. So finally, sin of the second term is minus. Otherwise, write minus as it is. Minus cos 60 degrees. Minus cos 60 degrees value is 1 by 2 into minus sin 30 degrees value is 1 by 2. Understood this step, my dear children? Right. I wrote the values of cos sin 60 degrees, cos 30 degrees, cos 60 degrees and sin 30 degrees also here clearly. Okay, my dear children? Understood? Right. That is equal to, now we simplify the first term, minus root 3 into root 3. What will you get in the numerator? 3 only. By 2 into 2. What will you get here? 4 in the denominator. Understood this first term, my children? Right. Now come to the second term, minus into minus, plus, plus into minus, minus. Finally we get the sign of the second term is minus, so I wrote here minus. Now numerators 1 into 1 we get here 1 only, by the denominator 2 into 2 we get here 4. Understood the second term, my children? Right. That is equal to, now we are going to simplify these two terms. What is the LCM of these two numbers? 4 only. 4 for LCM is 4 only. So in the numerator what will you get here? Minus 3, minus 1. Understood this numerator part, my children? Right. That is equal to, what is the value of minus 3 minus 1? Minus 4 only. Minus 4 by denominator 4. We wrote to denominator as it is. Understood this step, my children? Right. Now 4 ones are 4 ones. By cancellation, after cancellation we get here minus 1 only. So finally the value of this expression is minus 1. Understood, my children? Right. Now come to the next question, question number 8. Question number 8. Sin square 50 degrees plus cos square 130 degrees is equal to. Here also we have to find the value of this expression. Okay, my dear children. See the options here. First option is 0. Second option is 1. Third option is minus 1. And the fourth option is 2. Out of these 4 options, second option is correct answer. Correct option means the value of this expression is 1. Let us see the explanation part. Okay, my children, I have written the given expression as it is. Sin square 50 degrees plus cos square 130 degrees. Okay, my children? Right. Now come to the next step. Here sin square 150 degrees, I wrote the first term as it is. Come to the second term, I wrote here second term as cos square 180 degrees minus 50 degrees. 180 degrees minus 50 degrees. What will you get here? Say, by simplifying these two terms, you get 130 degrees. That is why I wrote the second term as cos square 180 degrees minus 50 degrees. Understood the second term, my dear children? Right. Come to the next step. I wrote first term as it is, sin square 50 degrees as it is, plus it is in the form of cos of 180 degrees minus theta. It is in the form of cos of 180 degrees minus theta. What is the formula? Do you remember the formula, my dear children? Cos 180 degrees minus theta minus cos theta, because 180 degrees minus theta, this angle lies in the second quadrant. So minus cos 50 degrees whole square. Square is there. Remember this also, my dear children? Right. Understood this step, my dear children? Right. Now come to the next step. Sin square 50 degrees plus whole square is there. So it becomes cos square 50 degrees. Understood the second term, my dear children? Right. Now if you observe this expression, it is in the form of sin square theta plus cos square theta. Do you remember that trigonometric identity, my dear children? Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Right. That is equal to 1. Understood, my dear children? Right. Now come to the next question. Question number 9. Sin square 3 pi by 4 plus secant square 5 pi by 3 plus tan square 2 pi by 3 is equal to. Here we have to find the value of this expression. Okay, my dear children. See the options. First option is 0. Second option is 15 by 2. Third option is minus 15 by 2. And the fourth option is 1. Okay, my dear children. Out of these 4 options, second option is right option. That is 15 by 2 is the value of this expression. Okay, my dear children. Let us see the explanation part. I have written the given expression as it is. That is equal to, see the first term, sin square 3 pi by 4. So I wrote here sin square 3 pi by 4 as sin square pi minus pi by 4. If you simplify these two numbers within these brackets, again you get 3 pi by 4 only. That is why for our convenience we wrote sine square 3 pi by 4 as sine square of pi minus pi by 4. Understood this first term, my children? Right. Now come to the second term, secant square 5 pi by 3. So plus secant square, this 5 pi by 3 is written as 2 pi minus pi by 3. If you simplify these two numbers, 2 pi minus pi by 3, again you get 5 pi by 3. That is why for our convenience we wrote 5 pi by 3 as 2 pi minus pi by 3. Understood this part, my children? Right. Now come to the third term, tan square 2 pi by 3. So tan square 2 pi by 3 is written as pi minus pi by 3. If you simplify these two terms, pi minus pi by 3, again you get here 2 pi by 3 only. So for our convenient, we write tan square 2 pi by 3 as tan square pi minus pi by 3. Understood this third term, my children? Right. Now come to the next step. Sine square pi minus theta. It is in the form of sine square pi minus theta. What is the formula? Sine pi by pi minus theta? Sine theta. So here theta means pi by 4. So sine square pi by 4. Understood this first term, my children? Right. Come to the second term. Secant square 2 pi minus theta. It is in the form of secant theta. Secant of pi minus 2 pi minus theta. Second term is in the form of secant of 2 pi minus theta. What is the formula? Secant of 2 pi minus theta, secant theta only. So square is there, so secant square pi by 3. Understood the second term, my children? Theta means here pi by 3. Now come to the third term. It is in the form of tan of pi minus 3, tan of pi minus theta. What is the formula? Tan of pi minus theta minus tan theta. So square is there, so we get here positive sign only. So tan square pi by 3. Understood this third term, my children? I wrote here trigonometric formulas also clearly. To understand this step, I wrote here these trigonometric formulas also. Okay, my children? Right. Now come to the next step. What is the first term? Sine square pi by 4. What is the value of sine pi by 4? What is meant by sine pi by 4? Sine 45 degrees. What is the value of sine 45 degrees? 1. So 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2. Sine pi by 4 value is 1 by root 2. So 1 by root 2 whole square plus secant square pi by 3. What is the value of secant pi by 3? 2. So 2 whole square. Understood the second term, my children? Right. Now come to the third term. Tan pi by 3. What is the value of tan pi by 3? Root 3. Root 3 whole square. Understood this third term, my children? Right. Because sin pi by 4 value is 1 by root 2. Secant pi by 3 value is 2. And tan pi by 3 value is root 3. I wrote these values also clearly here to understand this step. Okay, my children? Understood this step, my children? Right. Now we simplify these three terms one by one. 1 by root 2 whole square. What will you get here? 1 by 2 only. Plus 2 square. What will you get here? 4. Plus root 3 whole square. What is the value of root 3 whole square? 3 only. Understood these three terms, my dear children, in this step? Right. Now we have to simplify these three terms by taking the LCM of the denominators. Here no number is there in the denominator. Then what will you assume? 1 is there. Here also there is no denominator. We have to assume that 1 is the denominator. So for 2, 1 and 1, what is the LCM? 2 only. Then in the numerator we get 1 plus 8 plus 6. Do you know this numerator part, my dear children? Right. Now 1 plus 8, 9. 9 plus 6, 15. So in the numerator we get 15 divided by denominator is 2. So the value of this expression is 15 by 2. Understood, my dear children? Right. Now come to the next question. Question number 10. Sigma k is equal to 1, 2, 3 cos square of 2k minus 1 into pi by 12 is equal to. We have to find the value of this expression. Okay, my dear children. But here the expression is given in the short form by using the sigma symbol. Sigma means summation of terms. Sigma, this is sigma symbol stands for sum of the terms. Okay, my children. Now come to the options. First option is 0. Second option is 1 by 2. Third option is minus 1 by 3. And fourth option is 3 by 2. Okay, my children. Right. Let us see out of all these four options. Fourth option is correct option. Let us see the explanation part. Sigma k is equal to 1 to 3 cos square of 2k minus 1 into pi by 12 is equal to, here we expand this sigma by substituting k is equal to 1, k is equal to 2 and k is equal to 3, means we get here 3 terms. We put k is equal to 1, we get here first term cos square pi by 12. If we put k is equal to 2 in this expression, we get second term cos square 3 pi by 12. Understood the second term, my children? Right. Now come to the third term. If we put k is equal to 3 here, we get cos square 5 by 12. Understood this third term, my children? Right. Now come to the next step. We wrote the first term as it is, cos square pi by 12 plus here second term. See these 3 ones are 3 4 times. 3 4 times. We can simplify this fraction. So cos square, what will you get here? Pi by 4. Understood the second term, my dear children? Right. Plus come to the third term. Third term is written as cos square pi by 2 minus pi by 12. If you simplify these two numbers, pi by 2 minus pi by 12, again you get 5 pi by 12 only. So for our convenience, we wrote 5 pi by 12 as pi by 2 minus pi by 12. Understood this third term, my dear children? Right. Now come to the next step. We wrote first term as it is, that is cos square pi by 12 plus cos pi by 4. What is the value of cos pi by 4? What is meant by cos pi by 4? Cos 45 degrees. What is the value of cos 45 degrees? 1 by root 2. So 1 by root 2 whole square is there. We wrote square also. Understood this second term, my dear children? Right. Plus it is in the form of cos of pi by 2 minus theta. It is in the form of cos of pi by 2 minus theta. What is the formula? Cos of pi by 2 minus theta? Sin theta. I wrote here this formula. So sin square theta means here pi by 12. Understood this third term, my dear children? Right. Now cos square pi by 12 plus sin square pi by 12. If you observe these first and last term, they are in the form of cos square theta plus sin square theta, or sin square theta plus cos square theta. What is the formula? Cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. So I wrote here 1. Plus here 1 by root 2 whole square. What is the value of 1 by root 2 whole square? 1 by 2. Understood these two terms, my dear children? Right. Now by simplifying these two terms, we get here 3 by 2. Understood this step, my dear children? Right. So this is the value of this expression. Okay, my dear children? Right.